Hello, welcome to the 199 Unlisted podcast. My name is Frank. I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, we're in close. So we have my favorite person to look at, Tyler Spaghetti. She has a video called "Worst Pets for Kids," and she did this video right after the last video we reacted to of her, and remember it was about uh, the kid with the goldfish and how the goldfish was only going to live for like a week or whatever, but it was a feeder fish, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, so I guess she's on a trip of, you know, telling parents what pets their kids can and cannot have. Um, I'm going to predict when she talks about worst pets for kids, she's going to probably say like some fancy lizard. Some like she'll probably say like a parrot or something. Like she'll probably say some fancy bird. Um, like a snake. She's gonna say like reptiles and fish are the worst pets for kids because she thinks a feeder fish is a bad idea. Remember, like her mind is warped. But the most common pets for kids are dogs, cats, rabbits, hamsters, and fish. But I know I think fish is more like decoration. But so for kids, dogs, cats, rabbits, and hamsters are definitely the most popular pets for kids. But because it has to be something that the kid can play with too, kind of hold. But anyway, let's see what this nut job has to say.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Tyler. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're not new. Today, I thought I would talk about as somebody.
Is this the face of a normal person? Because she thinks working at PetSmart makes her an expert on animals. But okay, this is the face of a crazy person. This is a person. Remember, this is a person. When she was in ninth grade, she pretended to be a boy, wore a chest binder, had a buzz cut, and had people call her Tyler. Tyler is her boy name. This person's retarded. This person, they said they are what are they, like non-binary something female presenting, like you're like what? You're a girl, get over it.
Who works at a pet store, um, and has animals, and had animals as a child.
Yeah, but also as a child you're dating 30-year-old men. I The internet is full of the worst people to take advice from. But anyway.
I thought I would talk about the animals that I would not recommend for
Okay.
children.
Okay.
When I say children, I'm talking about like anybody under 18. In general,
Okay, that's just stupid. I think there's a certain age where let me think of a really hard pet. An iguana. I bet you a 15-year-old could have an iguana. But anyway. Ugh.
I don't count children as having pets if they're under like 13, just because there's no way an 11-year-old is like taking care of like a bunny or like a hamster.
Dude. Yes, they can. What is? See, the harm is she was stupid as a child and had neglectful parents. So she doesn't understand that at 10 years old, you can actually have a pet dog and you know how to take care of it. Or like you could be 10 years old and have a hamster and take care of it. It's not that hard. Wasn't I like 8 years old and I had a hamster? I fed it. It had a bowl for food, so I made sure there was always food in that bowl. And then like once every couple of days, I would change the hay because you can't. have it living in its own poop and pee. So it wasn't that hard. I was a kid. It was easy. I had a goldfish when I was a kid. I fed it once a day. I gave it like 2 flakes or whatever. It was easy. I think I was like 8, 9 years old. It's not that hard. Oh God. She thinks the world is stupid like her. That's the problem. So like when she was 8, she was probably retarded because she's retarded now.
I'm sorry, there's like no way. There's no way that's happening.
You are
It's
so
always going to go to
stupid.
the parent.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
when I say child, I'm talking about like 13 and up. I don't think anybody under 13 should have their own pet because there's no way a child's like responsible enough to do everything for that animal. You know what I mean? Anyway,
Yeah, because like having a hamster when you're 10 years old is that's a bit much, you know. I don't know. I mean, that's like having a fifth job. She surprises me every time she gets stupider. Well, I'm like taken aback. I'm like, wow, how? But okay.
anyways, again, I
No
work
one
at a
gives
pet
a fuck
store.
later.
I sell animals all the time, mostly to people
I work at a CVS, and because we sell band-aids, I'm a doctor. You should take my medical advice.
that are getting it for a child. So I've seen this happen, and I've had pets when I was a child that did not get taken care of properly because I didn't know what I was doing, and also I was a child. um,
And you had very neglectful parents. I remember being a child and having pets, and your parents would help. Like they would ask you questions. Hey, did you feed the cat today, or did you walk the dog? Like if you have parents in your life that actually, when you're 8 years old and you have like parents and they actually interact with you, yeah, it's technically your pet, but the parents are there the whole time because they're parents. So once again, this is indicative of her having. I can't talk. Indicative of her having bad parents. Because remember that whole ninth grade thing. So obviously she didn't have parents around.
it's just a thing. Anyways, we'll go to like the number one pet that people get for like their children, and that's going to be hamsters or rodents in general. Hamsters are not easy to take care of.
Yes,
They're
they
not a
are.
beginner pet. I know
Oh
it's
my
like, oh,
god.
you just put them in a cage. No, you don't.
Oh my
No,
god.
you don't. No,
No.
they don't go in a cage. They they go in a big.
Here's the thing. Um, we call it a cage, but when you go buy a hamster, it's next to the hamster houses that they sell for the hamsters. Everyone who has a hamster, everyone who has bought a hamster has bought the hamster house. And I don't know what it's called, but it's in a big box. It's a hamster house. So you can put the hamster in because it's all about making money. So there's the hamster thing here where all the hamsters are, and it's in like a big glass, um, viewing area, and then right next to it, there's all these hamster supplies, products, and blah blah blah. And it's like this is everything you need to have a hamster. So like everyone knows this. Like I can't believe that she thinks that hamsters are so complicated that it just blows people's mind. You know, you need a doctorate to have a hamster. Like, dude. Oh my god. And the way she talks, it sounds like for one hamster, you need a like I don't know, like the size of your backyard. Like you have to keep you have to keep it in an enclosure. Okay, like you have 5 rooms in your house, right? One of them is just for the hamster. Like this. This girl, she is so dumb.
a big aquarium
No, you
or a
don't.
bin if you're making it yourself. It's going to be a lot cheaper that way. But a big aquarium. When I say big aquarium, I'm not talking about like a 10 gallon, a 20 gallon. I'm talking about a 40-gallon tank. That's the minimum for hamsters. Have you seen a 40-gallon tank?
Dude, it's gigantic. What the fuck is she talking about? She she doesn't know what she's talking about. What the hell? you don't you don't get a 40-gallon enclosure for one hamster. Are you kidding me? The only thing that the reason why the hamster enclosure can be small because there's a hamster wheel and the hamster will run on that stupid wheel for 8 hours straight. And then it'll like leave the wheel and then it'll like most hamster things have like a little pipe and a little resting area and then it'll climb up the pipe and then it'll go to sleep and then it wakes up, goes back down, runs on the wheel for another 3 hours and just repeats. And all day the only thing you hear is either silence or this stupid squeaky hamster wheel. What is she talking about? You need a 40-gallon enclosure. I'm like, what? Like, where would you fit that? Like, oh, she's fucking insane.
That's going to take up an entire dresser. Does your child have room for that in their room? Are they going to be cleaning that? Do you have the money that you want to invest in a hamster to be buying a big tank and then filling that tank with at least 6 inch?
Dude, dude, 6 inch. What the fuck is she talking about? I must have had a super advanced hamster enclosure because it wasn't 6 inches of hay. There's a tray that you pull out, and so all the hay's there, right? And it was like, I don't know. It was like 2 inches. Like it's not that big. What the fuck is she talking about? What I see. Because she works in the store, all the hamsters live in one big enclosure. So yeah, there was like 6 inches of the hay. But like, oh my god, I can't get over how stupid this person is. This can't be real. This is driving me crazy.
Inches of bedding? Are you going to be buying all that bedding? Are you going to be buying the proper food? They need protein. They can't just live on hamster food. Are you going to feed worms? Yes, worms. Are you going to feed worms?
No, I'm just gonna feed it to hamster pellets because the hamster pellets have everything it needs. This is the same person who would like, let's say you want a toast in the morning, just like regular toast, you put some butter on it. She would make it so complicated that you would never eat toast again. Like this is the vibe I'm getting from this person. It's like 100% rage baiting. That this is all she's doing is rage baiting right now.
Is your child going to touch a worm and give it to a hamster? I'm just saying, just ask yourself.
And see, I understand why customers hate her. I totally get it. The hamster pellets, it's literally all you need. Okay. Now you could be creative and feed it something it would find in the wild, but because they want to make it simple and they want to sell the hamster, everything you need is like right there. And they also have hamster kits where it already comes with the food and comes with the hay. So the only thing you have to do is put the hamster in there, and so at least for 2 weeks you're set, and then like come back and buy some crap. But uh, I've never met one person. I've known dozens of people that have had pet hamsters because it's obvious it's a very common pet. None of them fit. None of them fed the hamster worms. They all fed the hamster pellets, and it was fine. And same with the bunnies. most people I've known that have had rabbits, bunnies, whatever. I mean, like they would give them carrots just because it's funny to give a bunny a carrot. But the most of the food the bunny had was like these pellets, and then like you would give the rabbit vegetables and stuff. But I'm just saying it's like they they want to make it as easy as possible. So it's like, yeah, just get these pellets. Do you know if you were like bought a hamster, like, yeah, you got to give it worms and blah blah blah. Like, people wouldn't buy hamsters. They they just wouldn't.
I know it's like, oh, you can put them in these little cages where it's a pink cage and it's like shaped like a castle. There's a garbage truck. He's kind of loud. I don't know if you can hear it, but he's over there doing his thing.
Just do the video, dumbass.
Like, a hamster's not a good pet for a child. They're not something that you can just hold. A lot of them.
You get a what? I remember having, I've had a couple of hamsters. You can hold them all the time. What are you talking about? Every every rodent because I've had friends that have had pet rats too. Every rodent pet I have had or have been over a friend's house and they have had, you can hold them, you can pet them. They're very friendly. I can't tell you how many hamsters I've held in my hand and pet, and it wasn't a big deal. Or how many like rats, or because I had a friend who loved rats, so she had pet rats. And bunnies are the same thing. It's oh god, her world is so warped.
Are going to bite. Not. They're gonna nibble. Not a lot of them are gonna like actually bite. I've been bitten tons of times by hamsters. I work at a pet store.
Don't brag. Fucking retard.
I've been bitten by like every single animal that we have.
Okay, well then that sounds like you don't know what you're doing. Okay.
Even fish. Yeah. Anyways, you aren't just gonna like hold a hamster on day one. You know what I mean? Like, not all hamsters are even gonna be tolerated. They're not even gonna tolerate like you touching them, especially like a child that just wants to like wrap it
That is
and like hold
so
it.
bullshit.
No, that's not an easy pet. Not an easy pet. Not a pet for a child. And those are my reasons why.
It
Now
is the
next,
easiest
we'll go
pet.
on to guinea pigs. Guinea pigs are social. They need a lot of space. They have to be let out in a room. They can't just live in a little guinea pig start.
Everyone I've known that has had pets like guinea pigs, rabbits, chinchillas, um, that you always let them out. I mean, that's just common sense. Okay, obviously, a hamster you don't let out, but like a bunny, guinea pig, chinchilla, you always let them out. Like at least once a day, but you always let them out. That's just common sense. I mean, like, we're not all dumbasses like you. Jesus.
Starter kit, which isn't actually appropriate for a guinea pig. Um, is your child gonna play with them a couple hours a day? Probably for about a week, and then they'll get tired of it. Yeah. They need that social interaction. With a lot of animals, you can, when I say a lot of animals, I mean like a hamster. Like, you don't have to take it out and give it attention as long as you're taking care of it properly. In its house, it has lots of space and whatever. But guinea pigs, you have to take them out, you have to socialize with them. They need that. Is your child gonna do that every day?
You know, once again, if your 8-year old has a guinea pig, the parents are taking care of it too. I don't know why this is so hard to understand. Usually when someone has a pet in the house, everyone in the house takes care of the pet. I've never known a situation where like, oh, you know what, that's my dog. No one else in the house touches it, feeds it, walks it, pets it, interacts with it. Oh no, that's my whatever cousin's cat. No one, everyone else here just ignores it. I mean, come on, this is so stupid.
Do they have school? Are they going to school?
Oh god.
Will they come home and be able to take care of that animal? Do they have like after school activities? Again, you have to like
I completely
They might
understand
say
why
stuff.
customers hate you know.
Is your child
I
actually going to be
totally
taking
get
care
it.
of it?
I
Or
totally
is it all
get
going
it.
to go on you? And if it does fall on you, what are you going to do? Are you going to take care of the animal happily? Or are you going to give that animal up? What are you going to do in that situation? I don't know. And now we'll move on to rats. Same thing. Need a lot of social activity. Need a very big, tall cage. They need friends. You really shouldn't just have two, because if one dies, you have to get another one. When I say have to, you pretty much have to. You can do your own research on this, form your own opinions. It also is like different for every rat, because not every rat is able to be with other rats, because some rats are just nasty and they'll kill other rats, so that obviously does not apply there. But they need the social activity. They need to be fed the proper food, not just little pellets.
Okay, Steve Irwin. Jesus Christ. She read one pamphlet and is now the know all, above all, 100% complete expert of every animal that's ever existed ever on this planet. You know, a pet dinosaur is the worst pet for a child. Worst pet.
It's in a bowl in water. That's not all that goes into it. Are you feeding fresh vegetables? That goes for hamsters, that goes for guinea pigs, that goes for rats. Are you gonna do that? I don't know. Is your child gonna do that? Probably not. Anyways, now we will move on to fish, which is a whole other thing. Um,
If you're going to get your kid a fish as a pet, you're just going to get a goldfish. You're going to get one of those 25-cent goldfish that you get at the fair. You're just going to get one little goldfish. You're going to get a feeder fish. If you're really concerned over the well-being of a fish that's meant to be fed to other fish, you are a moron. But let's see what she has to say.
I actually have a story time um, about somebody that wanted goldfish in a bowl for their child as a decoration. Not even as a pet, just for decoration. And they didn't care if it died, so. Lots of people come in and they want fish for the kids to look at. Keep in mind when you're buying a fish, you aren't just buying a fish and putting it in a tank with water. No, you need to look up like what cycling is, and also like live plants. If you get fake plants, are they gonna hurt your fish? Are they gonna tear the fish's fins? Are the fish that you want even compatible with the other fish that you want if you want multiple fish? If you're just getting a betta, it's gonna be a lot easier, because then you just have to worry about that one fish. But if you want to do like a bigger tank, when I say bigger tank, I mean like a 20-gallon tank. Do you have room for that? Is your child gonna do water changes?
It's if you're doing a fish tank, don't listen to her. It's an inch of fish per gallon of your tank. So if you have a 10-gallon tank, you can have 10 inches of fish in there. So if you have like a little fish bowl, you usually just get one fish. But once again, she's making things way too complicated. Way too complicated. And the thing is, everything she knows about fish is, let's say you get a goldfish. You can hit Google, and everything you need to know is right there, and you're an expert just like her. I mean, like, she's acting like this information is like, oh, it's so hard. And also, your goldfish, like, you're not putting live plants in your goldfish tank. And then they have pre-existing goldfish tanks where just everything is set up, and they have fake plants. Okay, they have like all these, like I've seen, like, you can buy this 1 gallon, 2 gallon fish tank, and it has the filter and all that jazz, the rocks, the fake trees, and the little cave fish can go in. So it's not that serious. No one is gonna put live plants in a goldfish tank. And then I remember seeing newer videos of hers where I believe she has birds, and if I'm getting this right, like it took up her whole wall. Like the animals she has, there is more. Her animals have more room than she does. Like the bird enclosure, whatever she has, it looked like the enclosure that you would have at the store. I'm like, what are you doing?
Are you gonna do water changes? Are you gonna be watching them feed the fish so that they don't overfeed them, so that the fish don't die? That's like the number one cause of fish death is people overfeeding because they just, it says like on the container, like feed as much as they'll eat in like 3 minutes. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. No. That's why your fish are dying. Anyways, as I was saying, you can't just put a fish in a bowl and call it a day. You have to like set up the tank, let it cycle. It takes like 6 months for a tank to fully cycle, and that's
Bro, it does not take 6 months. Let's say you're getting a just a simple goldfish tank. You just let the like regular water. Okay, put in a couple of drops of there's like these three chemicals. I forgot their names, but it's like one is like to keep the water clear. One is like to kill the bacteria in the water, and there's other drop that just makes the water safe, whatever. And so and it's not that expensive, okay? And so like you put those drops in there, and then like the water clear, you might not ever even have to use it, but anyway, you put that in the tank, right? And you have your filter. You let that run. You just leave. You just leave the tank and it's existing, and you know, a week is all you need. Because remember, these are 25 cent, whatever, 12 cent fish. Okay, and so if you think you need to let your goldfish tank cycle for 6 months, no, you don't. Like 2 weeks. It's like most people at fish stores go 2 weeks. Okay, and that's reasonable. Okay, but 6 months, no, she is completely wrong. It's not 6 months. Okay, I recommend 2 weeks actually. But and then what you do is like when you get the fish from the store, you take it to your house, and then you poke holes in the bag with just like a pin, and then you leave that bag and you put that bag in the water and let it float because you want the water from the fish tank and the water from in the bag to mix slowly. And then like once, the bag is, kind of halfway gone, you just open the bag and dump the fish out. It's it's not brain surgery. Uh, you know, Maybe your kid's not going to do that, but the parent can do that easy. Okay? And if I know this information, everyone has access to this information. And she's acting like she, I don't know, like knows the secrets of the Holy Grail. But the problem is she's completely wrong. It's ridiculous.
different for every single tank. But that's just kind of like a general statement. It takes
No,
6 months.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
I'm not saying wait 6 months to get a fish, but takes a long time to actually get your water to a place where you're not having to like worry about it. Because if you have a fish tank, you should be testing that water every week, making sure nothing.
If you have a tropical fish tank, that's different. Tropical fish tank, you do test the water. And you do make sure the temperatures are certain because the difference between a tropical and a goldfish tank is goldfish. It doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter what the temperature is. Like because like goldfish live in ponds, so ponds can be really cold, ponds can be really hot. Just depends on the time of year. But a tropical tank, it has to be. And I've off the top of my head, I forgot. But it's just for the sake of this. Like roughly between. Wait, let me look it up because I actually forgot. I forgot, but let me see what a tropical fish tank has to be. Because I thought it was like 78. But I actually don't remember, so because it's been a long time. Oh, 78. I was right. See, most tropical fish tanks should be kept between 75 and 80 degrees with an average ideal of 78. See, I know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
It's wrong. Just saying. It's not an easy thing to have fish.
no, it's
It's
very easy.
not. Not for a child. They're probably not gonna take care of it. That's coming from me, who had fish as a kid. And then all my fish died.
Yeah, but you were, well, first of all, as an adult, you're garbage. So think about you as a child. Jesus Christ. Like, imagine how much dumber you were as a child. Because you're pretty dumb now. So imagine you as a kid. So it makes sense that you can't handle it. And then you didn't have parents to watch over and help you. Because any parent with an 8-year-old with pets, it's really the parent's pet. I remember being like 4 or 5. I had a goldfish. It was really my parents' goldfish. Come on.
And now I have a fish now, and he's amazing because I know what I'm doing.
No, you don't.
And I didn't just buy a fish to have a decoration. And
I
now I'll move
I
on
bet you
to
she pets her
lizards
fish.
because I've seen this become much more of a thing in like the past couple years. Is bearded dragons, but also lizards in general.
I knew she was going to say lizards.
I know beardies are really popular. It's like they're friendly. It depends on like if you're actually working with them. But like they're really popular because they'll just sit with you. I say that as somebody who has one. I have a beardie, I have a skink, I have a leopard gecko. So I know my things about them. Anyways, they need a lot of space. You can't just put a baby beardie in a 10-gallon.
A big red flag is girls that have lots of pets. I've noticed that throughout my life. The more pets a woman has, the more crazy she is, basically. And I'm not exaggerating. Not exaggerating.
Tank. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. A 40-gallon. Sorry, my voice. Anyways, so you should be starting with a 40-gallon, even with a baby. So, again, with the hamster thing, a 40-gallon tank is going to take up an entire dresser. And that's for a baby. That's for a baby. That's not for a full-grown adult. That beardie's going to get 2 feet long. He needs to run around. He needs to have, like, dirt to dig in. He needs to have a heat light and UVB. Not one of those double dome things. You need a heat light and you need a UVB strip light that goes across.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, when people buy these pets, they do research and know what to get. It's not like someone just goes, "Hey, I want a bearded dragon." No, they're like, "Well, what do I need for this?" Like, I don't know. She acts like people don't know how to do research. It's oh my god. What world is she living in where she is making this video and sounding this stupid?
It's like half the tank. More than half the tank, I think. I don't know.
You think you don't know what?
But like it's not, you don't just put them in a tank and call it a day. You need to like monitor that. You have to feed them every day. Are you okay with going to the store?
Yeah, like most people, when they buy a pet, they're like, "Yeah, I have to feed this thing."
Or when they're babies and getting live crickets like every day? Or are you gonna like keep them alive in your house? They stink. They smell so bad. They're very loud. They will chirp in your house all night. Sometimes. Not the baby ones, but the adults will chirp all night in your house.
You don't have to only feed it crickets. Like you. Every pet, they have a version of some pellets. I'm just saying they do. But like every couple of, like once a week, whatever, you like feed it the crickets. I mean, I don't know, like the thing is, these animals are in captivity. Okay, so it's just we have made food for them that's captivity food basically. Okay? And then you throw in their natural food every once in a while. You don't give them 100% crickets. You just don't. I mean she's doing her best to make everything hard.
If they escape, they're gonna chirp in your house. Are you okay with that? Um, but then like when they get older, they tend to go off as much protein. Um, but still, veggies. Are you gonna be making a salad every day? Is your child gonna be making them a salad every day? That's one of the things that I.
No, because most children have parents that take care of them, so the parents would do that. Most people aren't like you. Most people didn't have your fucked up childhood. That is a crazy person. This person looks insane.
personally struggle with because I have depression and I have no motivation to even feed myself. So making a salad every day gets a little difficult on my brain because I just don't want to get up. I don't want to get out of bed.
Imagine how difficult life is where you're just so depressed you don't feel like getting out of bed to make a salad. Why is this damaged human being even allowed to have any pets? She sounds like a really bad pet owner. I mean, if she's really this mentally, because the the more videos we watch of her, the more mental problems she has. And this is a person with pets, and then of course it makes sense why she has so many negative customer interactions.
I don't want to do anything. Is your child gonna do that?
Yeah, because
These are
the
just
average
some
child is depressed and
things
on
to
SSR.
put in your brain, you know. And
My kid's on
then we move
Prozac. He
on.
can't feed the
I've
fish.
only a couple times heard of this. Chameleons, those are very hard animals to keep. Don't get them for your child. I don't care. I don't care. Those are not beginner pets. Those are not beginner animals. Don't get them for your child. If you're gonna take care of it, go do your thing. Awesome.
I have never in my life known one person who ever had a pet chameleon as a child. I don't know one person who ever had a pet chameleon as a child. I've known adults that have had pet chameleons, but that just seems like something a child just wouldn't be interested in. But I could be wrong. But like I've been over people's houses where like they'll have a tree in the corner and there's a chameleon on. They're like, hey man, you want to see my chameleon? Like, where is it? It's on that tree. Oh god, I don't know. It's kind of a boring animal. I mean, yeah, it's cool. You get to watch it change color, but I mean, might as well get a goldfish
That
for decoration.
that's not a pet for your child. Okay, it's not.
I've never met
Um,
anyone who's ever had that as a child, pet as a child.
is
So
your a lot of kids like are very squeamish about bugs. So if you're getting a reptile in general, is your child going to be touching bugs? Are you going to be going to the store every day, every other day to give bugs while they're babies?
no, we're not.
Because your child can't drive, so you have to do that, you know. Um,
We're not gonna do
and then
that.
also like if they get bit, this is mainly for like younger, like babies. Um, if they get bit, are they going to hate that animal, or are they going to be like, oh, okay?
So let me think. How many times does your cat or dog bite you? Well, especially cats. Forget dogs, but cats. Every owner, every cat owner has been bitten by their cat. Come on, lady. You're just so stupid. I hate my cat. She bit me. She scratched me. I mean, because that's what cats do. Animals bite because they're animals. Now dogs bite you, but I'm telling like attack you, like obviously, you know, well unless they're talking about pit bulls, but like when your average dog bites you, it's not like it's not crazy, but like when cats bite you, they're trying to kill you, but because they're cats, it's like it's okay, it's kind of cool, because they're cats. It's not like I've never had a cat like a pet cat that's like visually attacked me, but they'll like scratch you, but you don't hate the cat after it bites you, you know. You don't hate the dog because you were playing fetch and you got too excited and it bit you. Because they're animals. That's what they do. Man, like the way she thinks is weird.
Okay, this is an animal. Animals bite. That's fine. You have to like know your child. Do you know your child? Do you know what they can handle?
See, and that's another thing. Her parents didn't know her because they weren't around. So she's really coming through the lens of that, like of having neglectful parents. That's why this advice is so stupid too. Once again, wrong person to give advice. She's just the wrong person to give advice because she doesn't have a normal background.
Do they know like how to actually take care of that animal? I think you as a parent should also be doing the research because you're buying the stuff. You need to make sure that you're buying what's correct for the animal.
This video has how many views? 165 views. It's 3 years old. Okay.
It's not all on your kid. This is your pet too. It's under your roof. You're signing the papers when you buy it. At least if you go to like a pet store, you have to sign something. It's on you. Eventually I will make like a video. I was gonna make it today, but y'all, my arm is hurting. I don't understand. Like I can't hold my phone up. I can't do it. I was gonna make a video today talking about animals that I would recommend for a child.
A horse.
And some of these animals are on that list, but it's only in certain circumstances. So if y'all want that video, I probably already filmed it by the time you're watching this, but that will happen. Anyways, if y'all have any...
That is the face of a crazy person. Jesus.
animal questions,
No, I don't. Not
you
for
can comment
you.
them. You can DM me.
No,
I'm not a vet.
I know you're not.
I'm not here to give medical advice. I'm here to have fun and be, I don't know, an entertainment person. So that's it. That's my tea. I'm going to go for the day because my arm feels like it's going to fall off, and I don't know why. Because I have chronic pain, and it never stops. Speaking of, I need to make a video on that, like an entire series on that, I guess, maybe. But anyways, if you like the video, like it or don't. I don't care.
You do care.
I'll see y'all next week. It's actually my birthday tomorrow. I'm not telling you my birthday, but by the time you're seeing this, it's probably been like 2 weeks since my birthday. But y'all, I'm gonna be 20 years old. I feel old. Today is my last day being a teenager, and it's kind of scary, but it's great. Love it. Anyways, I'm gonna go to work because I'm an adult now, apparently. I'll see y'all next week. Goodbye.
I'm glad that's over. Anyway, just really nothing much else to say. Okay. Have a good Monday. Have a good Tuesday. Have a good Wednesday. Have a good Thursday. Have a good Friday. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys later. Peace.